Part 2 of Savage Nation, which we're going to get to in just a minute. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back in about 10 seconds.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, anyway, we're surviving right back.
10, 9.
And now, here's your host.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And now, here's your host.
That would be me for part 2 after our music on one part, and had to start over to do this part due to some technical difficulties, but I appreciate you joining me. I'm live from San Antonio for this is Brian Hammond, along with Diane McKibson in High Ridge, Missouri. I appreciate y'all being here. I'm sure you all have heard your news, and I'm sure you all are stunned. That was the biggest massacre ever done in Vegas, ever done anywhere. That was a horrific tragedy. It goes to what I was talking about last night, about family, your elderly loved ones, whoever they are. It could be a friend of yours. This is what I mean when you just don't know how much time you've got. I'm really glad y'all heard me last night, and I appreciate that. But my heart and my prayers go out to those people that lost loved ones. My heart goes out to them. It was a horrific tragedy. A lot of people were scared. A lot of people went home right after they got free, after the hotels got off lockdown, about 5 a.m. They also searched the suite at the Mandalay Bay there in Vegas. They found 23 guns there. 23 of different calibers of guns, rifles, whatever. They also searched his home there in Vegas. Found more weapons. Also come to find out he had a home in Reno, Nevada. Guy seems to have money. What made him pop and do that? We'll never have the answer for it. Never will have the answer. That's the sad part. This is one thing we'll never solve. We probably won't solve a lot of crimes. We probably won't get answers to them either. All I know is this has been a horrific year for death. I implore you, I encourage you. I know it can be frustrating. I know it can be hard to deal with loved ones, family, relatives, doesn't matter. Cherish them. Because one day, you're not going to be here to do that. And that's going to hurt even worse than a little frustration, being a little put out, taking up more of your free time with your family, because they are a family, whether they live with you or don't. What makes it hard is when they don't live in the same state as you, because it's harder for people to travel, especially during the coming up winter months. A lot of people live in snow, ice, a lot of things. There's things that prohibit. But we need to make plans for when they don't prohibit. When you have time. Because although Jason Aldean was fit to safety and he's fine and blessed, a lot of people made it out of there. A lot of people headed for home too. There was a couple that came home this morning after lockdown. They landed at San Antonio International Airport this morning, or early this afternoon. They were very glad to be home and safe. They held each other's hands very tightly as they walked away from the plane. Very grateful to be back home. But some of them people weren't so lucky, guys. Just remember, keep your heart in prayers. Send in your thoughts, send in your prayers, and keep them in your hearts and in your thoughts. And be positive, although Nevada will snap back. They'll regain, they'll pick up and go on. They'll pick up the pieces. They'll try and get through the horrific memories, nightmares, and all the emotions you feel when you're in a situation you can't win. You can't fight a bullet. Not when you're not armed. Even when you're armed, it's almost impossible. Unless you know what you're doing. I'm very grateful that I wasn't there. I'm very grateful that my family wasn't there. Well, at least my friend, a person I adore more than life itself. I'm glad we weren't there. I'm glad she wasn't there. Of course, all my friends mean so much to me, and I can't thank them enough for being my friend, or being there for me when I need them, when I just want to visit, laugh, shoot the shit. We take it for granted that these people are around, but we forget life is short. We don't know how long we've got. There's only one person that knows, and that's the Lord. He's the one that knows. He's given each one of us a gift if we just tap into it. But first you gotta know what it is. What are you here for? What am I here for? What is anybody here for? We don't really know. We don't know for sure. We have an idea. We have suspicions. We have gut feelings. And although those are matter, and they're very important, the point is we don't always follow them. Because there are times we get stubborn, mule-headed, and decide we're going to do it our way. And I've come to find out that that doesn't work. It's just like ignorance of the law. Can't do it. They don't accept that. You know, you guys all have common sense. You guys know how horrific that disaster was in Las Vegas. You know how bad it was. You know how many people died. There was 128 people taken to nearby hospitals there in Clark County, Nevada, where this took place at the Mandalay Bay Hotel in the Las Vegas Strip. There's 59 dead, 128 in local hospitals filled to capacity now, along with another 360 injured or hurt in some fashion. Like I said, it's the biggest massacre ever recorded at any time in one place. That was sad. Very sad. A lot of people had to die for no reason because they went to the last concert that Jason Aldean was giving in Las Vegas. What a way to end. The shots rang out at 10:08 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm here in Central Standard along with St. Louis, High Ridge. They're in Central Standard. Get off to the East Coast, it's 1 hour ahead. Like New York, Boston, all those. They're Eastern Time. They're actually 3:49 a.m. or 2:49 a.m. 2 hours behind that, well, it'll be 1 hour. It'd actually be 1:49 there. But it's still a very sad day. President Trump will be visiting Vegas. He will be there to speak to first responders, which, once again, here we go with the first responders. We should all be so grateful for them. That first responders, our fire department, our medical people, our ambulances, without them, there would have been a whole lot more loss of life. And it could have been a whole lot more tragic. You know, I always thought me being a care provider and not being a nurse or doctor or something of that nature would never really pay off. Would never really mean anything. But I'll tell you right now it does. Because those are the elderly. Those are the ones that need it. You wanna know why? Because they don't belong in nursing homes. Nursing homes are for people that can't take care of themselves. For people that don't have care providers, or grandkids, or nieces, or nephews, or family close by. Then they may not have a choice. They have a choice now because they've got care providers. Not necessarily have to be licensed, like a nurse, or doctor, or an LVN, or any of those. I am a care provider. I'm also certified in CPR and first aid. We have to follow rules and regulations just like everybody else. We're held to the same standards as a doctor or a nurse or a hospital. I wouldn't change it for a minute. Because I wouldn't want anybody talking about me or my medical issues either in public or on air or on the computer. And it would upset me. I'm babbling on. We were supposed to listen to Salvage Nation tonight, and although we should start it, but it is getting late, and I started talking, and I really hope you guys enjoyed the music. I do. It is October 3rd, 2017, and it is Tuesday, 2:52 a.m. And you're listening to Brian's podcast with music and Salvage Nation, or what was supposed to be. But the continuing coverage of Las Vegas, the people, the place, the updates, the new things that have come about. It's hard to see and watch, hard to hear even. It's like Mexico City, still doing the search and recovery efforts there after the 7.1 earthquake that hit. They're now under search and recovery, which means they've abandoned all hope of finding any more survivors or any more that may survive. They're just in search of bodies. We gotta be grateful. It's disasters and horrific things that go on. But the people that always come to our aid are the first responders, the fire department, the paramedics, whatever, the ambulance people. Where we go, hospitals, where doctors can try to help us heal, help us get better. A lot of things. Run pertinent tests, do certain things to find out about our injuries and how serious they are. We're a lucky group of people for the most part, except for the cost of healthcare is ridiculous, unless you have insurance. And there's a lot of us out there that don't. That hurts too. But you know what? We should stop worrying about that. Because these people weren't left a choice. They weren't given an option but to go to the hospital because of some man that slipped his cookie and went in and massacred and slayed and solidly killed